Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight we are back with another review for Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 3, Episode 3. Child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of an entertaining twist and a whole lot of laughter. If you are back for a second or third or fourth time and you are not yet a part of the opinionated family, please stop for me right now. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Let's get into it. Previously on Tyler Perry's Sistas. All right, so we see, Andi going through whatever it is she go through, honey, and doing whatever it is she does with Gary. Then we see Danny, and then we see the lady with the suitcase in the airport with Zach going to get it. And then we see Karen looking like Karen. All right, so we see the lady waiting for her bag, right? Zach saves the day, saying he was Captain Save a Bag. Honey standing there with his hand out waiting for a tip. The lady just looking like she ain't picking up what he putting down, and he's still just standing there, right? He was like, you're very welcome. Yeah, I ran there and I wrestled the plane to the ground to get this bag. Yeah, here's the bag. The lady's still just standing there. This is what kills me. When you are in hospitality and people know they're supposed to tip you, don't give me no verbal tip. Don't give me no smile. Where's my money? Can I get my money? My money in black trash bags. Shout out to Nikki. Like, give me my change, honey. I got my hands out, child. So then she hands him a card with a stock tip. Tyler, okay, yeah, y'all listen to me. Okay, now if we're gonna keep moving forward, if we're gonna keep getting into it as we get into it, I don't know how much more of this unrealistic bull crap I can take from Tyler. Now, Season 2, I was like, okay, it's picking up steam. But Season 3 is some all-out foolery, okay? And it's not making no sense whatsoever. But we're going to keep going. So she claims the stock will be worth a ton of money in 24 hours, right? So she said he can't tell anyone because she could go to jail. He has no idea how to invest in this stock. And so he's sitting there looking dumbfounded, has absolutely no idea what she's even talking about. To him, she's speaking a foreign language. So she tells him like she's at this hotel called the Beltline and to come by and she will walk him through it. Now, y'all tell me down in the comments below if you just gonna let a random stranger give you a card and say, hey, I'm at the Hilton. Meet me there at 8. I'm gonna show you how to invest in these stocks. Tyler, boy, goodbye. Anywho, Danny pops up over there asking all these questions. Who was that lady? Child, Danny be everywhere. I love the fact that they work together because it's always some mess, honey. Danny said, you messing with a cougar? Well, she was giving real Carol Baskin. Okay, now I know Carol is with the Tiger King and whatnot. A tiger ain't exactly a cougar, but I'm just saying it's the closest I can get. So she did look like she was licking her lips when he was talking, okay? Talking about she gonna give him a stock tip. I mean, that better be the only tip being exchanged, okay? Because we know how Zach do, honey. We can't really trust him. Over at the bank, Maurice goes to Sabrina's office, but she still won't let him in. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a mess. So he's like, Sabrina. You know how Maurice is. Sabrina. She's like, I'm busy. Because she does not want to be bothered. He wants to talk about Calvin's account because, the man tried to come in with the fraudulent activity and now Calvin's account is in the negative. Nobody is ever in that bank. I looked around and I said, this is the emptiest bank of such and such I have ever seen. So then Jacoby goes and knocks on the door. Sabrina's like, I'm busy. Okay, girl. Well, listen, you are the manager of this branch. Eventually, you're going to have to open this door. Okay. Work still needs to be done. So when she finally opens, he goes in and he apologizes for the other night, right? He doesn't want her to be mad. Sabrina said, look, you came over for a booty call. He said, you called me. Oh, okay, girl. I didn't know you called him, but either way, you didn't want to leave. Okay. So that's the problem. Yes, I invited you over for a little bit of your whatnots, but at the same time, you needed to leave when I said leave, okay? So he's standing there asking her about something he has because his math ain't mathing, so she has to help him. She's like, Jacoby, really? He's like, Sabrina. Child, just help him add and subtract, honey, so we can move on, moving forward. Over at Andi's office with her bad attitude for no reason, Fatima gets this call, right? And she answers, and it's old worrisome Gary. Sure. So he tells her to go with Andi to the photo shoot. She was like, no. He said, if she said, look, if she mentions it to me, then I'll go. Child. Can't Gary see nobody? And I mean nobody likes him? Child, he ain't got a clue. Andi's in her office pretending to write, honey, probably writing her ABCs and whatnot. And Fatima goes into her office and Andi says, hey, do you mind calling the police and see if I can file a police report over the phone? And who are you? Girl, if you don't get up and go down to that police station with the police that was already at the scene of the crime that already happened with the fake bullets, and the bullets were rubber bullets, and he sat there and watched you get beat up by a lady that he knew he didn't really get shot by, all for him to get her to get fake arrested for fake bullets. Girl, file a police report on your own, honey, down at the station. So Fatima was like, police report? She was like, yeah, it was just a little incident. So Andi tells Fatima about the photo shoot because, you know, she don't want Fatima in her business. Okay, so she tells her about the photo shoot. And then Fatima said, has Gary ever done anything like this before? She said, no, he hasn't. So she said, why do you ask? She said, look, I don't trust him. Okay, I'm just telling you straight up. She said, you sound just like my girls. She was like, I need to go with you, okay, because you need an assistant. So just text me the address. Girl, why don't you just go with her, honey, and show up there? Child, I'm not about to play with y'all. Calvin storms into the bank about his account, right? So he comes in there and he is hype about this account, trying to figure out what he can do to get it fixed. So then he tells Maurice he can't let his check bounce, okay? Because then there's some discrepancies with his money, but basically he needs his account back in good standing. Of course, he has to see Sabrina about the account because she's the account manager and she's the actual manager of the branch. Now, this is the thing. Did Sabrina get a promotion? Because I could have sworn she used to be in the cubicle right next to Maurice talking mess. But I guess I'm wrong. I don't know, child. But that's just what I remember. So Sabrina comes stomping out of the office. And Maurice said, could you please reverse his charges? She said, do you have a police report? Child, this should have been called, do you have a police report? Because, baby, it's police reports being had all up and through. So Calvin starts arguing about Jacoby, and Sabrina says she can't sign it because she needs a police report. He's like, Sabrina, are you serious? Then Calvin says, Sabrina, you know I need this money. He grabs her arm, and then Jacoby's like, hey, let her go. He was like, what you gonna do? So then he gets in Calvin's face, and then they start pushing each other and whatnot, acting like they're about to fight. Next thing you know, he punches Calvin's lights out, and Calvin spun around like a ballerina and pirouetted right onto the floor. Baby, he spun Calvin around so fast. Let me tell y'all something. The way Calvin did that little twinkle toes move and landed on that floor, I said, okay, Tyler, you must be stopped, honey. You must be stopped. So Sabrina starts yelling, you need to leave, Jacoby. Jacoby, you need to leave. And he's like, are you firing me? She's like, I'm suspending you. Girl, okay. He's like, seriously, Sabrina? Child, why y'all keep fighting over Sabrina ditzy behind, honey? Hopefully Calvin comes too soon. Back at Andi's office, Fatima and her are talking about some lowlife that came into the firm, right? That's trying to take his wife for all she has. So her and Andi have a little bit of a banter, and she's telling her that she would never let a man come in and think he's about to take everything from her. Andi agreed. But then she had to let Andi know, look, I hope you're not going to let Gary do that to you, because you already know this is my thing. I would not even be dealing with Gary, because remember when he gave Andi that $100,000 and we'll think it was $100,000 or $200 and then came right back for it? Oh, no, ma'am, Pam, honey, I would not want to deal with him in the slightest. And here, Andi didn't give a two, and he almost got me killed with some rubber bullets. Oh, no, thank you. Back at the bank, they need smelling sauce to wake up Calvin, honey, because he all the way laid out. Calvin laying there unconscious. Maurice clapping him out of his coma. So he's like, Calvin, slapping his hands together every 5 minutes. Finally, he claps him out of the coma. He gets up like he's on an episode of Meet the Browns. I'm like, oh, my God, honey. Sabrina comes over. She's like, look, I reversed the charges. As you should have. Girl, we done went through all this, and he done got beat up and spent up and toe up, and you could have just reversed the charges and went on about your business. Girl, you love some drama. So Maurice said, you have 2 men fighting over you. She said, shut up, Maurice, before you get fired. He said, oh, no, that would be you and Jumanji. I just love Maurice. Let me tell you something. My favorite characters on this show are Fatima, Zach, Maurice, and sometimes Danny, because sometimes Danny will give me a good laugh, but I don't like the fact that she high all the time. Like, Tyler, why you had to write her being high all the time? I don't like that. Child, acting like black women just sit up and smoke weed all day. Boy, goodbye. So he did say that would be you and Jumanji, or he said something like that. I think he called him Jeppaju or something. He didn't call him his name. I know that. Andi is meeting with her client and he is freaking out because he feels like things aren't being taken care of the way that they should be. So Fatima shows up with this breakfast cake per his request. And then when she gets in there, he doesn't want it. So then Zach shows up out of nowhere. Yes, honey, you better go get your woman. But this ain't like this ain't the shop, okay? You can't be just showing up here like you did with Karen. This is an actual law firm, okay? So you cannot just be showing up here all willy-nilly. But I like your resilience, okay? And then he was walking out strong. Oh my God. Child. So they go into the break room to talk, right? She ain't been answering none of his calls, as she shouldn't. So he said, so you're gonna act like every time I call you, you don't see my calls, and act like everything we had is nothing? She was like, why are you doing this? Honey, he wants to get back with you, girl. You know why he doing it. And your hair looking good too. Got a good wig. So he said, a man wants to be a provider. You didn't need that and Karen didn't need that, but this doesn't have anything to do with that. Okay, I apologized about all that, but we had chemistry. Come on. Then Zach said, look, I'm gonna have to say this just before I leave. Fatima, you made me feel good, like I could rise up, like I could meet you at your worth. Like, can we talk? She's like, no. He said, please. I'm like, oh girl, please talk to him, child. But let me tell y'all something, honey. Y'all listen, I would have broke, okay, just looking at him. Sometimes I can't be trusted. I'm just saying, honey. He probably was looking good and smelling good. And then, I know he made a mistake and whatnot, honey. But y'all weren't really exclusive. So the fact of the matter is, girl, give him a chance. Don't let Karen get him back, honey, because she going to diminish him again. And then he ain't going to be no good. But Zach, find your own place to stay. Okay, don't think you finna go back over there and lay up on her couch because it ain't going to work. Andi asked Fatima when she came back over there, so what were you and Zach talking about? Girl, why? Andi really works my nerves. So she said, I would never betray my friend, but I actually like Zach. I don't like him for Karen because, I think Karen can do better. So what is that? What do you mean by that? See, this is when Andi and them little funny looking twist or Marley twist or whatever she got, that's when they would get cussed out. So you trying to say that I'm not worthy of more? That's what I would be thinking if I were Fatima. Now, Tyler, honey, I know you don't know how black women operate. We are not Medea. Okay, you just can't be saying everything you want to say to us when you feel like you want to say it to us. Don't be sitting up in my face telling me I think my friend is too good for him, but he all right for you. You can have him, but my friend, she's on another level. Girl, anyway, Andi would piss me off. And Fatima, stop acting like Andi is your leader, honey. Stop worrying about if she likes you and Zach together. It really doesn't matter. If you like him, that's all that matters. So Calvin over there lying. Okay, to Maurice, they're back at the house. He's lying about being over Sabrina and how he's going to cut loose. Boy, you ain't about to do nothing, honey. Boy, please, you'll be back at that bank tomorrow morning. Moving forward. And y'all were right. Listen, there was so many of y'all down in my comments that were predicting that Gary was putting together a surprise impromptu wedding. That just shows you how predictable Tyler Perry actually is. Okay, so y'all were right. At this photo shoot, Andi's there in this wedding dress looking goofy. Girl. Okay, girl. Like, why do you have on this wedding dress? Okay, anyway. So Andi tells Fatima, like, look, I'm going to ask the designer if I could buy it for my real wedding. Oh, yeah, okay, girl, because that's how it works. So the girls walk in, right, while she's having this photo shoot. The photog walks in because he had walked away while Fatima and Andi were talking, right? So then he walks in and says, oh, my, who are these beautiful ladies? Ugh. Okay. Can y'all try on these bridesmaids dresses for me? I'll pay you $500. Here go Danny. Oh, 500? Oh, okay. Well, let me try them on then. Child, okay, goodbye, honey. This is the thing. So they come in with their outside wigs on, with the exception of Fatima. And y'all just gonna put on these bridesmaids dresses and get ready to be in a photo shoot? Okay, girls. Okay, y'all gotta set yourself off. Does anybody think this is weird? That's what I was thinking. Fatima, Karen, bridesmaids dresses, honey, and they already have a little thing going on because they are kind of dealing with the same man. And okay, and these dresses just happen to be in y'all's size. Okay, child. So Fatima and Karen are left. And Fatima apologizes to Karen, right? Again, for whatever reason. You don't owe her nothing, Fatima. You don't owe her nothing. This is the thing. you did not know Zach was her ex, okay? And that ex is the operative word. She let Zach go. She was with Pastor Purity, okay? She was with Aaron. She decided she wanted to go over there and lay up with him, even though Zach took an entire bullet for her, okay? She forgot all about that when she was dealing with him. So I don't understand why you're apologizing. What are you apologizing for? She threw Zach away. You picked him up, dusted him off, and now she mad. Child, let her stay mad. You ain't even know he was her ex. Let this be your last apology. You keep apologizing, and it's getting on my nerves. So Zach shows up at the stranger's hotel, right? And she offers him a drink. Honey, no thanks. We don't know what you're putting in that. But then he agrees to one drink, which I don't think he should have agreed to any. Child, she gonna take that little uniform right on off him, honey, and have you land your plane right in her cockpit. I'm just saying. So she tells Zach her and the senator are getting a divorce. And apparently her husband does insider trading, which Zach was like reading up on it or whatever when he was on the way over there. So she said, Zach should put his money on that stock, right? He said, I only have like $1,000 in savings. Zach, where did all that money go? They gave you $25,000. Okay, you gave $5,000 of it to Karen. Then you gave $5,000 of it to Fatima. And you only have $1,000 left. Child, let me find out, okay? But I think I remember Fatima telling you to reinvest it. So maybe you reinvested it, but now you only have $1,000 in savings, okay? So she said, listen, what if I give you $50,000 to invest cash? I have it over there in the duffel bag. He's like, you would give me money and you don't even know me. She was like, yeah, but you would have to get money orders all under $10,000. Boy, don't let that lady get you caught up, honey. This don't even sound realistic. Like, what is happening? Now she about to give you $50,000 in unmarked bills. Oh, no, honey, we don't know her. Child, no, ma'am. She said, my husband's going to leave me with nothing. I mean, I have to do this. He said, look, I don't even have a bank account. Zach. Child, what in the hell? Where are you saving your money, honey? A Crown Royal bag? You don't have a bank account? Okay. So he tells her, now, listen, have you ever been to jail? She was like, no. He was like, well, that's exactly where I've been. And there are people in there for all types of crimes, and I ain't trying to go back. So, no, thank you. So he declined her offer. But I have a feeling he gonna meet up with her again and do something he ain't supposed to do. So the ladies are all dressed for this BS photo shoot turned wedding, and Gary walks in a tux, right? Here go Andi. Oh, wow. You look really nice. You're all dressed up. See, I couldn't let Andi be my attorney. Because if you look at him and you got on a wedding dress, they have on bridesmaids' clothes. There's supposedly a mock pastor standing behind you, and then he walks in with a tux. And you look at him and have not put this puzzle together. Girl, objection, Your Honor. Girl, goodbye. So Gary starts telling her, I love you. And her little naive behind, she just sitting there smiling. And, I want to get married right here and right now. Tyler, I'm not about to play with you. I am not about to play with you. This show is turning into a parody. We need some better writers. Now, I'm not opposed to continuing with the reviews. But at this point, this is just becoming a waste of time. None of the episodes are panning out. Nothing ever gets settled in one episode. We always have to continue on to the next. They're talking in riddles wrapped in enigmas. They're repeating their names and sentences over and over again. So y'all tell me if y'all want to keep on going and keep the train going, honey, because I could really get off of Tyler Perry's train, honey. We could really stop right here. Y'all, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what y'all felt about this episode. If I missed anything, as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.